What it do, fam? It's your boy King Delight. I'm coming back with another video. If you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button. And if you're not new, you know what this channel is about to do. Okay. I'm coming with the story about, what was that? I believe it was an Arizona 33-year-old young man named DeAndre Johnson, who choked out a Department of Child Protective Service, child safety worker, unconscious. Chokehold him. Now, I'm gonna let you see this video. We'll come right back and discuss it.
A shocking video, first uncovered by 12 News. The violent assault of a state employee live streamed for everyone to watch. Tonight, 12 News is learning more about what prompted this man, DeAndre Johnson, to nearly choke a Department of Child Safety caseworker to death.
12 News journalist Sean Rice spoke with a family member today who says Johnson had been trying to get answers on an incident that involved his daughter. Sean, what's going on?
Yeah, Mark and Creepy, that's right. DeAndre Johnson's aunt, Lisa Welch, told me today he had become enraged with the Arizona Department of Child Safety after a caseworker approached his daughter at school, brought her into a room, and questioned her about his parenting. Now, the aunt does not condone Johnson's actions, but she says he had been trying to get answers from DCS for days and ultimately never got them. Inside a Mesa office building, a DCS caseworker loses consciousness.
He was a dead man.
DeAndre Johnson films himself choke out the DCS worker for several minutes before onlookers prevent him from hurting him even more. One day before this violent assault, Johnson took to Facebook to express his frustration over the very same caseworker approaching his daughter at her school.
You damn right I'm mad. You damn right I'm mad. How much more information you need? Somebody that didn't work at the school took a 9-year-old girl into a room and there ain't no video or audio recording. What more information you need? You don't know right from wrong?
Outside of her Scottsdale apartment, his aunt, Lisa Welch, declined our request to go on camera, but she says Johnson didn't find out about the closed-door meeting with his daughter until she told Johnson about it. She says he became enraged, prompting him to set up the meeting with the DCS worker.
Anybody else think it's okay to take little girls in the room?
It's unclear why DCS was speaking with his daughter. 12 News reached out to them to ask if it happened and why. They told us they could not comment on the investigation into Johnson due to confidentiality laws. Johnson has been charged with attempted murder of the DCS worker and remains in jail on a $500,000 bond. 12 News has also learned this is not Johnson's first run-in with the law. Back in 2017, he was convicted of aggravated assault. Court documents obtained by 12 News say he punched a man he didn't know in the face, threw him to the ground, kicked him, and stomped on the back of his head until he lost consciousness. Tempe police say Johnson continued to stomp on the back of his head and was smiling while doing it. The victim testified at trial that he did not know Johnson and described it as a completely unprovoked attack on his life. Johnson was sentenced to nearly a year in jail and 4 years on probation after his release. Now, in a statement on the violent assault of their caseworker, the Department of Child Safety says their staff are constantly working under challenging circumstances with the ultimate goal of strengthening families and ensuring Arizona children can thrive. They add that a comprehensive review of this incident is currently underway to, quote, prevent it from happening again. Sean Rice, 12 News.
Yeah, we want to first off warn everyone that this video is extremely disturbing. It shows the exact moment a quiet meeting to address some family issues suddenly turns violent.
32-year-old DeAndre Johnson is facing an assortment of charges: attempted murder, aggravated assault, unlawful flight.
You guys are offering services that might be able to help.
And it's all because of what happened in this Facebook video that Johnson posted live on Tuesday. According to court records, the Valley dad wanted to document the sit-down meeting he was having with a caseworker from Arizona's Department of Child Safety to talk about his daughter. The meeting, which took place in the lobby of this DCS office in Mesa, lasted about an hour.
All right, man. All right, so we'll be in touch. Sounds like a plan.
You can see the two men get up, fist bump, then the caseworker walks away. A split second later, Johnson appears to grab the state employee and put him in a chokehold.
You was a dead man. The moment you took my daughter in that room.
More than 2 minutes go by and the caseworker doesn't appear to be moving. Eventually, you hear people in the lobby. The victim is left lying on the ground and the attacker takes off.
Child welfare is very difficult work.
DCS Deputy Director David Lujan says the video shows how dangerous caseworkers' jobs can be.
It's very difficult to watch. It is, I think what was really telling about that video is that the caseworker had a, more than an hour-long conversation where they're talking calmly. Things seem to be going okay. They sort of fist bump to say goodbye, and then just out of the blue, this happens.
Mesa police tell us Johnson was arrested about 3 hours later in Scottsdale after not pulling over for a traffic stop. The victim was rushed to a nearby hospital where he reportedly told police that Johnson threatened to kill him last week, but he was able to calm the angry dad down. The incident raises new concerns about the safety of DCS staff members when they meet with parents and other family members. Earlier this year, DCS stopped providing security guards at DCS offices around the state due to budget cuts.
They had a responsibility to keep my daughter safe. They had a responsibility to keep the case aides safe.
Florence mom Erin Michael tells us this week's attack brings back memories of when her then foster daughter was kidnapped and her state worker attacked during a visitation several years ago. She says the latest incident shows the need to step up security for caseworkers.
And especially knowing that this father had made threats a week prior to the case aide. That was the same in our case. The birth mom had made threats to the case aide, and they were silenced. No one did anything to make sure that all parties were safe.
Now we're told that DCS does have protocols in place to protect caseworkers, everything from having emergency alerts on their phones to being able to request a partner when they perceive a possible threat. The agency is planning to request more funding for safety during the next legislative session. As for the caseworker, we're told his injuries were life-threatening, but thankfully he is out of the hospital and home recovering. Back to you guys.
Now there you have it. This man, I guess he was seeking answers of why they were investigating his daughter, but to me they were investigating. To my understanding, they investigated both children, his son and his daughter. But he wanted to know why this guy, and he was trying to seek answers. And the aunt, he didn't know anything about the investigation until an aunt told him, his aunt. But the simple fact, okay, I understand you're trying to get answers from DPS, okay? And DPS is not, giving you the answers what you're looking for. They're not, it's taking them days. Okay, I understand. But one thing that this guy did, and which made him look like a sheer idiot, go live on Facebook, taping himself, choking out a man, 32-year-old DeAndre Johnson decided to take things in his own hands. Be friendly, dap the worker up, then grab him and puts him in a chokehold. And films all of this. That's dumb above dumb. Now they got more against you because when you was doing it and putting that man in the chokehold, you would say, "Oh, you a dead man. you're a dead man. You're a dead man. That make you look a certain way, man. I understand. You have questions about why were they questioning your daughter and investigating you? And you had no idea. And you were seeking answers. But violence is not the way to handle things. And the thing about it is, this is not the only account that he had against him. Because he was charged another time. Prior year before, if I'm not mistaken. Was in the jail for, for a little bit of time. Because of the fact that he kicked somebody repeatedly in the head. Basically, tempting to kill them as well. Yeah, he should be locked up. Yeah, I hate to say that. But sometimes we got to think before we do. Be proactive, not reactive. Think of conflict resolution. Figure out. Because what they did, to my knowledge, they sent them out obviously because they got a report on abuse going on in the house with his children. That's the only way they're going to do it. And the man simply just did his job. Because when they do, they have to interview the child or each child by themselves in a room. And then they interview the parent. Which I think they should have interviewed the parent, as well within that same day. But there's no reason to do that or endanger somebody's life or try to take somebody out. Now, he said his daughter was, afraid in that another clip I was saying. I had seen, on, what was that? Work Plus Gains. And I'm going to leave his video linked down in the description. Y'all go check that brother out. He's a good brother. He did a great commentary on this as well. He had more on the footage where the man was there questioning how come, no one, told me about the investigation. Why is my daughter afraid to, come to school after, that happened? They come up to the school and they'll investigate your child there at the school and interview them. So it was an hour-long interview. But he asked questions, and he asked the police, and he asked the people behind the desk discreetly. Wasn't abrupt or anything. He just wanted questions answered. But where he messed up at was when he grabbed the man and darn near killed him. That was a dumb move. And taped it. Filmed it. On Facebook Live. Like I said, that was a dumb move. That's all I got to say about it. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. Because, it's not making sense to me. That's a stronghold. And that man has a violent spirit on him. And yes, he do need to be charged. Because that's the second time you done tried to kill somebody. You didn't, but that is attempted murder. To the point where the man had to go to the hospital and almost died. He was unconscious. You choked him out. Bro, what is wrong with these people? I'm going to tell you, it's warfare, spiritual warfare. That's what it is. That was sheer demonic within itself. Because this guy, nobody deserved to be hurt. Now, if the guy did something to his daughter or touched her or whatever, and the daughter told him that, all right, okay, I can understand that as a father. But there's a way you go about it, though. You know, he could have handled that a lot different. I don't know what the daughter told him. But this is the second time he got caught up. So leave your comment below. God bless you. I love you. Ain't nothing you can do about it, and God loves you. And sure enough, ain't nothing you can do about that. And guess what? Take care of yourself and each other until we meet again in the next video. God bless you. Peace.
Officer, how would you feel if somebody took your daughter in the room, a man took your daughter in the room?
I wouldn't be happy with it at all. But
You wouldn't be happy either. Okay.
figure out the circumstances and
I need to as well. But yes, just the man by himself. My daughter doesn't want it. My daughter hopped in the car. Dad, I don't want to go to school no more, huh? Why don't you want to go to school no more?
I'm waiting to try to figure out what the situation is. Be talking to people
And officer, I need.
Exactly the situation is because he came and talked to me yesterday. I am Nancy. I am the receptionist.
Okay.
This is should have been talked to Pedro and as we normally do, we do not question them. They provide what they need to provide us. We make a copy of their bag. We let them go to the conference room as every other people. And as soon as he picked up his kids, they told Dad what happened, which is totally normal and understandable. He came to your house, he asked me questions, I answered as much as I could, but I don't have answers for everything, and I cannot answer when he asked me
Why my daughter don't want to come back to school?
I don't know why DCS came, I don't know why
So-
DCS interviewed his kids, I don't know what.
And have you tried contacting DCS yet?
She tried calling him yesterday. He didn't answer the phone. You want to try calling him again?
I gave you that information to you, and
I need for you guys to tell me. I dropped my kids off here. I expect you guys to be protecting my kids.
See, they also have policies and procedures.
They have policies and procedures and everything. That's cool. I need something in paper now. So now that they didn't tell me, and my daughter told me, and she doesn't want to come to school.
Would have to be provided to you from DCS. It's not the school's responsibility to provide that. That's from DPS. DCS. Sorry.
Are you going to fill out a police report?
I have. If DCS has a report, I have no report to fill out. That's literally through DCS. DCS tells us what to do. When they show up with paperwork saying we need to talk to
DCS
you,
doesn't
we
have
approve.
jurisdiction over me and my kids.
You're
So
absolutely right.
I need to know something now. If there was an investigation, cool.
But that's not, DCS will not provide that to the school district.
Okay.
That's through DCS, and you are welcome to get that information through. I can't even call DCS and say, hey, I want this guy's information. They won't give it to me, but they will give it to you.
Okay.
You would need to make those steps to contact. They can't do that for you.
Okay. So and you're going to give me a police report of this?
I have no police report to be given. If DCS already has a report, there's nothing I can do. Absolutely nothing.
Officer, so
You would need to call DCS and say, hey, there was a person, and then run through the whole story.
Got you.
And then they will be able to provide you that information.
So you guys have kids. So you guys have.
And he even crossed that door and he put my phone to call you guys, which is, I mean, totally right. But I want.
Okay.
There's nothing else that I can share, and he cannot talk to me the way he's talking to me. He cannot video record me.
The video recording thing is going to go as far as it can go. So.
But I mean, I'm just letting you
This
know
is a
that
public
this
entity.
I'm just letting you know that this is exactly the same thing as yesterday with different tone and different words.
Okay, so sorry, man, but we've established How can we be helped today?
You did. I was hoping that you were going to come in and fill out a police report.
I have. If DCS has already taken a report,
Yeah.
They're already. It's also a public record which you can get through your information.
Okay. Well, I didn't get that information yesterday, so now that I know that,
I definitely get a hold of DCS and let them know.
So okay, and I just want to hear, because I'm sure other people have kids in here too. All you guys think it's okay. I don't.
Oh, I trust these women with my life.
That's good.
Absolutely.
I might have trusted them with my life too until they let my daughter go in the room and my daughter don't want to come to school no more. So that's the issue. You have kids?
Yeah.
You have a daughter?
I don't have to tell you that.
You don't. You're right. You're absolutely right. Because I really don't care. But I wanted to know if you can really relate to any man.
Sorry, go ahead, finish.
Real quick. I just want to know. If you can relate to a man that has a daughter or daughters allowing another man, and another man has never been with my daughter alone. So there's no way that you can justify. Now, if she was getting beat on, she had bruises on her body, that would make sense, wouldn't it? Okay, hey, you know what? Y'all need to do a wellness check. Great. She's got bruises on her body. You know, how could a parent fault somebody for that? You're checking on the well-being of my kids. I love them to death. I love them to death. Cool. All right. Man. Oh, you see a bruise on this? Oh my God. Yes. Do your job. Do what you have to do. For you guys to allow a man to take my daughter into a room like this with the hold on 1 second. With this closed is not okay. It's not acceptable. And you guys weren't planning on telling me?
So the only thing I can suggest is you need the school district here can do nothing. You have to go to the Mesa Public School Board or district.
Oh, I'm gonna go up and down the ladder, but I'm gonna start here.
Okay. So how can I help you today?
Well, we done, and to know that you can't give me a police report or some type of number so I can figure out what happened to my daughter in this room.